Hello, dear ladies. We continue our hospitality series, and today I wanted to present before you another message on practical hospitality tips. So I hope you will be able to apply them. I hope they will be practical for you and you will benefit from them. Okay, let us start. So my first tip is prepare, prepare, prepare. Obviously, it's not always possible, but whenever it is, try to prepare for your hospitality, nights or days or teas or lunches, whatever that may be. So obviously you make a plan. You start by creating a menu, then obviously you shop for that menu as early as possible. I usually like to prepare meals that can be put together the night before, at least to some stage, and then baked or cooked or served the next day, the next morning. This is also very practical because you can save those menus for future hospitality times and use them and use those ideas and those plans. For example, a menu or a plan for birthday parties, or a menu and plan for having a couple over, a menu and a plan for having overnight guests over. So save those, put them together, and then next time you will not have to worry about, putting it together again. Okay, point number 2. Try to serve something special. This is the time to go out and bless your guests, to pamper your guests. Pull out your best china, because what else are you saving it for? What is it collecting the dust in your hutch for? This is the time to pamper. This is the time to lavishly bless your guests. And once again, I'm repeating this once again, please, this is extremely disrespectful to serve food to your guests on plastic plates or on paper plates with plastic or utensils. No way. That is reserved only for picnics. That's it. So remember that. Number 3, always provide food for your overnight guests. This is just what is expected of you as a hostess. I usually ask my guests about their plans, whereabouts for the next day, for the next morning, so I know if they will be home, so I will provide the breakfast. If they will be at my home for lunch, so I will provide lunch, or for dinner, I specify what time they will be home, so I know exactly what time I'm providing the dinner. And the day goes, another day and another day, and I'm asking them those questions and providing the food. This is a must. This is what's just expected. They're in your home, you're blessing them, you're providing the food. Okay, number 4, make sure your house is clean. And let me specify here, not spotless. Obviously, everybody has different seasons in their lives. Babies, large families, difficult times, sickness times, whatever. We all go through seasons, so we all understand that our houses cannot be spotless all the time. But it should be clean. This is just a show of respect towards your guest. It shouldn't be messy, it should be orderly. So clean it up ahead of time. Please, no smelly, dirty toilets. Check them up, clean them up. Bathrooms. Make sure for overnight guests that your showers are clean, no hair on the floor, no hair in the tub. I've taken shower in tubs where I thought the King Kong just took a shower there before or something, So provide plenty of fresh towels. Show your guests where the towels are. Provide a toiletry basket. Show your guests where the toiletry basket is if they need anything extra. Ladies' hygiene items, extra soaps, extra conditioners, things like that. And a little funky note, but provide quality toilet paper. This is very important because we remember one guest noticed that we had, I think it's called one-ply toilet paper, where it's not thick enough, and he noticed it and he commented on it. Not that I put that paper on purpose in our guest bedroom, but he noticed. So just make sure quality and good items. Do unto others as you would expect them to do unto you. Put some water, some drinks, some little snacks on their nightstand, preferably fresh fruit, because everybody loves fresh fruit, fresh apples, bananas, things like that. That will be greatly appreciated, so they can grab a little snack with them if they go next morning sightseeing or street preaching, as guests in our house usually do. Whatever, they can grab those little items with them. Number 5. Do not start cleaning while you're cleaning up the dishes and after dinner things while your guests are still in your home. This is disrespectful. Focus on your guests. This is a hard one to me because I just want to clean up everything right away. No, just relax, let it go. If you get a second, after you transition from one course to another, just put the dishes into hot bubbly water in your sink so they soak and their food doesn't harden up. But if you don't, it's okay. You will survive, no problem. Focus on your guests, focus on fellowship, and just let it go for that moment. You will clean up later. Number 6. Provide comfortable, clean bed for your overnight guests. Use good linens, good pillows, and provide extra blankets if needed, obviously. I've stayed in a home once, actually a couple of times, where we slept in the bed. My husband and I slept in the bed where the hostess slept before with her dogs and her cats, and the linens were not changed. I've heard just horrific stories about, situations like that, and I experienced it myself. So obviously, make sure linens are spotless, clean, fresh. Do not forget about that. For some of you, obviously, it's common sense, but to some of you, unfortunately, it's not. So I need to mention that. Number 7. Ask your overnight guests if there is anything they need in their room, or they need extra water, they need extra fruit in their room, whatever that may be. Ask them if there's anything they need, because we know when I stay in other people's homes, I'm like, I don't really want to bother them, I don't really want to ask for anything, even if I sincerely need something. I just try to avoid that. So you ask, as a hostess, ask. If there is anything you need, ask them. Number 8, pray to grow in hospitality. Since hospitality is a spiritual thing, it's a command, obviously the Lord is the one who will equip us with wisdom, with grace, with ability, with desire, with everything we need to practice this command. So pray. If this is your weak point, so to say, and you have millions of excuses, which I addressed previously, you remember that, away with these excuses. Today is the day to pray, to release them all, to ask for forgiveness if you feel that you have harbor still those excuses in your heart still. Your body, your life is a vehicle that the Lord wants to use in this ministry. Your home is the tool that the Lord wants to use in this ministry. So let him. Pray. This is a spiritual issue. Number 9, I think, if I'm not mistaken, learn from others. And this is huge for me. When I came to America 17 years ago, I didn't know anything about anything, as I usually describe myself during those years. So I had to learn everything from scratch. And the Lord gave me the desire to practice hospitality. I always had love for this. I always had a desire for this. So I started learning, started getting inspired from other women who had that gift. I would just kind of observe them and watch and learn. And obviously from incredible books of wonderful Christian women who mastered hospitality to, just perfection, I would say. So let me share really quick a couple of books that are my favorite. Open Heart, Open Home by Karen Burton Maines. And if you are interested, I will give you a list of these books below. Fabulous book, strongly recommended. We Didn't Know We Entertained Angels, Doris Gregg. I will give you a link for this also, or the name of the book and the proper spelling of the author if you're interested. A Christian Woman's Guide to Hospitality. This is another fabulous book, Practicing Hospitality, Pat Ennis, incredible. It just, what those books do, they disciple you in this area. If you want some ideas, if you want some inspiration, if you want some practical in doing those, it's all here. Obviously, I'm giving you some of my things that the Lord taught me and I learned through just practicing hospitality through the years, but this is just extra, the cherry on top of the cake. And another fabulous book, A Life That Says Welcome, Karen Ehman. And since I wanted to grow in this area and excel in this area, I was learning from this books. I have been discipled by all these women. So, and I strongly recommend you do too. Learn from others. Go to women in your body that you see that they have perfected, or maybe not really, they're not perfect, but at least they're striving to grow in this area. Learn from them. Ask them questions. Write down the answers so you don't forget. Learn. And the last one, they're kind of in random fashion. When guests come to your home, overnight, lunch, breakfast, dinner, whatever, excuse yourself for a couple of seconds and go check on the ladies' room or the bathroom throughout the night, throughout that time while your guests are in your home. Because especially when guests come with children, bathrooms can get messed up. And it doesn't even matter with children, without children. Just excuse yourself for a couple of minutes, slip out, go to the bathroom, straightening it up, clean it up. All it takes is a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds, but make sure that nobody else who walks into the bathroom, is exposed to a disaster or something like that. So make sure that everything is clean. For overnight guests, you go, when the guests are not in your home, they left, you can go into their bathroom, straighten it up, clean up their waste basket, clean up their toilets really quick, wipe down the sink. All it takes is 3-4 minutes, but it makes a huge difference. So they can come back to a clean, fresh smelling bathroom and just enjoy their stay. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Ask me questions, apply this wisdom, which is the most important part. And please, if you have just one little extra minute, please comment below, because I really want to see and hear your testimonies, how you have been applying this wisdom. Have you been practicing hospitality? And write me, ask me questions if you want me to share something